So yesterday I saw the new Danny Boyle film, and unlike 127 Hours, this time you the audience are the ones trapped, as this mediocre movie squashes the life out of a legitimately interesting premise, and you find yourself reaching for whatever blunt instrument can shovel ice cream fast enough into your mouth in the vain hope that the resulting brain freeze will somehow block out the suffocating apathy you feel from the mind-numbingly contrived conflict, lazy dialogue, and Ed Sheeran's face. If his brief appearance in Game of Thrones wasn't enough to convince you of his acting merits or lack thereof, look no further than this film.
Cider.
Cider works. I'll have a cider with the man that wrote Yesterday.
So, if you weren't aware, the premise for Yesterday is a singer-songwriter is hit by a bus during a solar incident that wipes from the history books all mention of the Beatles and a few other things. And for the first 30 minutes or so, I was genuinely invested because, just like I expect most of you do too, I like the Beatles. And having recently watched Rocketman, I was ready for another shot of nostalgia to get away from the existential crisis that is life post-2016. That first half an hour does deliver some warm fuzziness, as you listen to Jack Malek's covers of the songs that you know and love. And credit where credit's due, it was very funny watching him try to play Let It Be to his oblivious family.
Shall I drink, Terry? Dad. I'd already heard that bit.
In contrast to the reverence Elton John's family has for him in Rocketman as he composes Your Song. But here's the catch.
Christ, this is Let It Be!
If you just want to listen to the Beatles' music, then you're probably better off finding a decent-ish cover band. Or, just listening to Beatles music. And if the main draw for you is the wish fulfillment of being in the main character's shoes and taking up the mantle of broadcasting several albums to an insectly challenged world, then just get a guitar out and play a bunch of Beatles songs. You'll probably have a better time. After this initial burst of momentum, the film completely runs out of steam when you realise the premise alone isn't going to carry the entire runtime, and then goes completely off the rails when it tries and fails to set up the love interest and ultimately the film's main conflict, in the most contrived it's me or the dog situation I can remember seeing. Love interests are par for the course in these types of movies, but the inclusion here was at best underdeveloped.
How do you think it's going so far?
It's not great.
And at worst an example of toxic retrograde gender dynamics.
I've been waiting half my life for you to wake up and love me. You've had 20 years to make your move, unless you choose to stay.
My jaw was on the floor as the shitty people in this movie force ultimatum after ultimatum on each other,
Unless you choose to stay.
as their unbalanced and unhealthy relationship is dressed up as the pursuit of true love. Amidst the usual hoops the film is determined to climb through is a very awkward cameo that caught me completely off guard, and where the intention was clearly to come across as heartfelt, the result was just creepy. As the film goes on and flushes what goodwill it has left down the drain, it leans more heavily into its manufactured conflicts and token love story. The cracks began to show more clearly, and it looks to be just another nostalgia bait cash grab with a soundtrack full of good songs. Instead of managing to be that, and a more well-rounded celebration of an artist or artists and their influence on the musical landscape and pop culture as a whole, a la Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocketman. 2 out of 5 stars.